What's going on, Team Aquarius? This is Brandon with I'm Well Intuitive, here to do an energy reading for you for the dates of July 17th through July 24th. This will just be a quick energy read to help you get through the next 7 days. As I like to tell people, nothing is like pass or fail. You have to do this or doom and gloom. No, it's not like that at all. This is just a little bit of advice to help you get where you need to go. Some of it applies, some of it might not. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't behind, all right? But let's see if we can get you a little bit of help get through the week. I hope all of you guys are having a good week so far, coming off of a good weekend. You're halfway there, well, hump day, yeah, so we're almost to the weekend, so I hope it's going to be a pleasant one. What advice do we have for Aquarius for July 17th through the 24th? What do we have for Aquarius? July, that was especial. Okay. All right, Aquarius. We're starting out with root chakra energy. Let's make sure that we're staying grounded. Let's make sure we're taking care of our nest. Let's make sure that that we look just as comfortable within our dwelling as this little guy right here. He's getting the best sleep ever with the stars under him, resting under him, light above and below, which is kind of how you want to get through your week coming up. You want as within, so without. You want to bring that inner light out to shine on the rest of the world. Okay. So let's make sure that we're doing that in our home as much as possible this week, especially if you're having a lot of trouble within the home, Aquarius, maybe with a relative, maybe with a partner in a relationship that you may have. Let's make sure that we're either A, cutting the strings on that marionette, or B, nurturing that plant so it grows back into the strong tree that it needs to be, okay? Let's make sure that we're nurturing our home environment as much as possible. Try not to neglect this week, all right? Aquarius is going to be big for you. All right, and this is also going to assist with that, is going with your gut instincts. My Aquarians out there, you guys are air energy, just like me with Gemini. So you can go with the flow, but the reason why you're able to do that is because your gut instincts are pretty impeccable. They're pretty flawless when you allow them to be, when you listen to them and you listen to what exactly it is it's trying to infer or tell you. So make sure that you're going with your gut instincts to help you through any conflict this week, and not just going with the knee-jerk reaction. Okay, let's not go with the obvious. Let's not go with what we're inclined to do just because that's what anybody else would do. No, let's make sure that we're surprising ourselves and those around us by doing things that just they aren't prepared for. When you surprise somebody with something that's just really maybe not so sweet but profound. When you surprise people with profound things, it endears them to you. It makes them latch onto you because you provided them with a gift, something that hadn't been given to them before, or maybe they had never received from you before. So let's make sure that we're doing that as much as we can, extending that branch out to save those who might be in deep waters right now. Aquarius, you're very, very, very good at making people feel good. So let's make sure that we're doing that as much as we can this week, and spreading that warm glow out to as many people as you can. Okay, my dears, my loves, my Aquariuses, my Aquarians. And let's make sure that we're doing things that inspire us and being around people who inspire us, or viewing things that inspire us. I hope I inspire you by you watching this video. But let's make sure that we're following things that make us feel that spark from within. When you glow, you don't need light to shine. You just glow. Okay, things at the bottom of the ocean, they don't need the sunlight to produce the light that they do. They do it from within. It's a glow that comes from within to without. So let's make sure that we're extending that inspiration out to others, and listening, keeping our ears, and eyes keen to things that can inspire us this week, Aquarius. Don't get stuck in a rut. Don't get stuck in the mundane cycle that people can get kind of caught up into. Like, this is my life. I have to do this every day, or it's my routine. Throw something in there. Throw a nice little a nature walk if you don't get out much, or throw on your favorite song and get up and dance like nobody's looking, if somebody is. But let's make sure that we're doing something that inspires us this week, all right? Or trying to get information that inspires us, or getting around people who inspire us, okay? Let's make sure we're using our inspirations for good this week, all right? And not just doing something because it's a quick fix. It's what the obvious is that I should be doing. No, let's make sure that we're doing things that that really well up from within and make us feel satisfied and fulfilled with ourselves and with the people around us, okay? Also, my beautiful Aquarians out there, let's make sure we're setting those walls at the appropriate heights. I know it's been kind of extreme, well, it hasn't been kind of, it's been extremely tumultuous over the past couple of months, and that's because of a lot of energetic events going on in the world right now. I hope everybody did get out there and enjoy the full moon last night. It was quite breathtaking. But let's make sure that we're setting those walls at appropriate heights, guys. Let's make sure that we're setting it up high enough to where it can block out anything that we don't want in there. And let's make sure we're setting it low enough so that if somebody interesting wants to come over and have a conversation or have a look, they can. And we're not this big old mystery that nobody knows nothing about, okay? Let's make sure we're setting those personal boundaries appropriately and not just shutting the world out, all right? And not just allowing the whole world in either. Sometimes you have to guard yourself, especially if you're having problems at the home. Let's make sure we're protecting our inspired self, and don't let anybody bring you down into a low vibrational state this week. All right, let's make sure we're paying close attention to our gut instincts, using that insight of the third eye to really make sure that we're setting our boundaries appropriately. All right. Hi there, this is Jeff Parker-Whitney, and join me for you'll know who to knock. You'll know if somebody knocks on the door, that you usually know if you're going to let them in or not, and that's exactly what can be brought into your personal life. Okay, it can be brought into your emotional and well-being. Is being careful of who's knocking and what you allow in, but also allowing things in that need to come in and enlighten you. Okay, let's make sure we're not blocking things out that want and need to be there. Okay, let's also make sure that we're nurturing. Let's make sure we're taking responsibility for ourselves and for others, and not just existing on our own island that we only care about. Okay, there's a whole universe out there that needs your inner glow, Aquarius. So let's make sure that we're not only picking the flowers so that we can smell it, but pulling the dirt up and roots up with it so that we can replant it into the ground and it can continue to exist and live and thrive. Okay, let's make sure that we're using our powers to our advantage this week, all right, Aquarius? Don't allow anybody to deter you from using your powers for the good of the world. Okay, it's a great thing. It's a great thing to shine as bright as you can. But like I told you, when you glow, you don't need anything else to glow to cast its light on you. You have an inner shine. You have an inner glow. It comes from within. So let's make sure we're doing that with our responsibilities, our relationships, anything that is an external stimulus for you this week. Let's make sure we're taking responsibility for all of it that applies to us. And that when you take responsibility for something, you should be taking care of it. You understand? So let's make sure that we're giving care to the things in our lives that need it. Make sure we're not uprooting anything that doesn't need to be torn from the ground, and make sure that we're planting those roots appropriately so that our home environment is healthy and nurturing. Okay? This is also going to be for you. Let's mind those pleasures, all right? Let's not go for the drink just for the sake of drinking, okay? Let's not overindulge in things that we don't need to. It's perfectly fine to get out there and have a drink, have a joint, whatever you like to do to relax yourself. But let's make sure we're not sticking our heads into muddy baskets, okay? Let's make sure we're minding our pleasures and making sure our pleasures serve our higher self and make us look just as beautiful as this woman sitting here enjoying looks like she's having a drink, mimosa or something like that. Let's make sure that we're the things that we're enjoying are inspirational things that really feed your soul, okay? Let's make sure our soul is getting a good meal this week. Otherwise, you're going to be starving coming into the next cycle, okay? Start feeding your soul with inspiration, all right, Aquarius? Start feeding your soul with things that make you feel fulfilled, that make you feel that inner glow casting out from you. You can feel your warmth when you have it turned on. So let's make sure that we're turning that on full blast this week. That way nothing can deter us from our higher path, from the prosperity that's going to come into our lives. Okay? Let's get one more from the bottom of the dirt. All right, we got compassion. Let's get that heart chakra extending out as far as the eyes can see this week, all right? Doesn't mean you have to be all gumdroppy and gooey berry, but let's make sure that that heart chakra is wide open and compassionate so that if you are going through problems, you can see the other person's point of view and probably carry the weight of it to get you both through it. That's one thing that's great about Aquarius is that you guys are able to see things through. You don't leave things half done usually. So let's make sure that we're doing that with ourselves, with our own heart chakra, so that we're filling our own self with that love, so that we're inspired and we start to glow from within. Okay, you start to shine that light out to others. All right, let's stay compassionate. That means that that doesn't mean you have to be all soft. But that does mean that you can say, hey, I understand where you're coming from, so let's see if we can find a middle ground or just build something completely new. Sometimes it's great to destroy and rebuild, to burn the field and then till it again, okay? But let's make sure that we're using that acceptance, that empathy, that empathic ability that Aquarians have for the good of others this week. Not so much yourself. I don't see you guys as really having too much emotional imbalance right now. But let's make sure we're helping others get into that same emotional balance that you have right now, Aquarius, okay? That's going to be big for you this week. But that's all I have for you for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. I'll be speaking with you again closer to the weekend with an energy read for the weekend, let you know what may or may not be coming towards you. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and take care of everybody else as much as you can. I love you guys. Peace. Namaste.